Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill730. I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations as always. You've made your way to the Buffington Post. Oh, and real quick, Buffy fans out there, if you haven't checked out The Leftovers, here's why you should. It's like The Body and Restless had a baby, and it's now in its second season. And so we've had like 12 episodes of The Body and Restless had a baby. So that's why you should be interested in watching The Leftovers, Buffy fans. So today I'm taking a break from Buffy and I'm going to be reviewing The Leftovers. Season 2, It's a Matter of Geography.
Don't know much about geography, but I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Okay, so I didn't take any notes for this episode. I'm just going to go straight off just what I remember from Sunday night, and what I remember was great. So we are technically in episode 2, but I would actually consider this the second half of the season premiere because both of the stories from episode 1 and 2 meet at the end at pretty much the same point and space in time. Alright, so we pick up with the Garveys and Nora, and we are with Nora as she finds baby Lily on the porch, and then, Kevin and Jill walk up and find her there. So we have this neat little scene where everybody just kind of throws their baggage out there. I kept expecting Jill to say, well, I stole the baby Jesus, but she doesn't. And this was really nice. They just kind of cleared the air. They told each other their, deepest, most awkward secrets in Nora's case, because that's just weird. And it was just a nice breath of fresh air for all of the characters. And it's like, okay, they are kind of starting over. But as we know from episode 1, they're not going to be starting over in Mapleton. So, we've got Kevin at the laundromat, which was so nice because this was a direct parallel to the series premiere when we have the woman and her baby's crying in the back and goes missing. But Kevin, this whole time, he's, trying to drown out sound. It's like he's trying to avoid something. And of course, the people he sees and whatnot. So as we go through the episode, Kevin, he's being haunted by, Patty. And so he's gonna go and dig up her body. So he digs up the body, he takes the body into town for what, I don't know what he was gonna do with Patty's body for real. But anyway, he gets pulled over, he's taken into jail. Eye Patch Lady has the same conversation that John had with him last week when he insisted that Kevin ask him why he went to prison. This cop lady insisted that he ask her why she has an eye patch. Now, he doesn't do it here in the past, but he kind of later on goes and asks that of John, which I think is really neat because it's kind of like he learned his lesson. He should have asked about the eye patch when she told him it was okay to, right? So I really liked that. There's the whole what the fuck when she lets him go, and we see Patty there in the truck with him saying, what the fuck was that? So that was all really neat. Nora, okay, so they set it up really nicely in the promotional stuff for this season, and also with last episode, that Miracle was different. They didn't want you taking the water or going into the water if you aren't from or a resident of Miracle or Jordan. So this is really neat because in this episode, when Nora is made the offer to buy her house, she said, why do they want so much? And I was like, because her house is a geological anomaly. They are looking at Miracle as this place, and the reason everybody wants to go in there, all Disney World style, is that they believe that this place is sacred. It's a holy ground. It is this Axis Mundi, right? And so when they offered to pay $3 million for Nora's home, it's like, oh, immediately when she says, why do they want to pay that much? I thought because her house is where so many people departed in a concentrated area. That's crazy. And so it is geologically anomalous. So I really liked that in the whole conversation that she was having with these people about the sale of her house. It was you could see it's time to get out of here because Mapleton is not getting any less crazy anytime soon. So I really like that. And then we've got Jill and Tom just eating at the diner, and apparently Jill knows where Lily came from Tom, and they've been, knowing this and secret all this time. Lori's still not talking, and I like that Jill ripped up her letter. I get the absent mom issues. Yeah, I get it. I really do. Like, trust. So I get Jill's attitude. She's a young girl, and when I was watching this and I was watching Jill and Tom and then, Jill and Nora, I was thinking Jill is like my favorite character on television right now. Like my favorite one. And then, the scene shifted and I thought, these are all like my favorite characters. The Leftovers is amazing. So, yes, at dinner, they play with the waiter, which is not cool, okay? Speaking as a waiter, not cool, but it was funny. And you want to get out of here, and yes, we need to get out of here. So, yeah, I like that. The ride into Miracle was whack. Like, okay, these people are like gypsies hanging out outside, and they're all willing to pay and just be cray to get into this little town, and it's super weird. It's got this very kind of border at the end of the world. Like there's a safe haven in like a zombie apocalypse movie or something, and it's just got that kind of vibe to it. And yet, when you get into like the whole state park situation, into the visitor center, it's very like Disney World or just like a museum. It's super weird. So of course they get there, they find out, oh well, they have to quarantine the dog, which I thought was pretty smart. I mean, they've probably like seen a few of the dogs like Kevin's, and the 60-day quarantine, it doesn't really seem completely out of whack, but it does at the same time. And yeah, we've got Kevin, and he keeps with the earphones all through the episode. And Nora, at this point, when they find out that house is all burned down, she just takes it upon herself. She is determined. Like, she has signed up for this. She is on board, all or nothing. And I like this kind of switch in Nora's personality as far as her addiction. Like, before, she was like, okay, try and feel alive, try and feel alive. Like, all through Guest, she was trying to feel alive. And now she wants to find a place to set that life. And I really enjoy that. She's really found something that she's willing to invest in for the first time since the Great Departure. I mean, the whole world was pulled out from under her, and now that she's trying to build a new one, she's trying to build it in a place where she does feel safe. And I like the interaction between Kevin and Jill at that point. So, of course, they go and see Matt. It's always nice to see Matt and Mary. Matt is very insistent that he not go and live with them. He would rather stay outside in this not a cottage, a complete shack. Yeah, so that was all very weird, and anything with Matt is usually weird, but I do like the sense of family that we get, particularly between Kevin and Matt. And I like later that Nora calls Kevin out about him and Matt having killed, or not killed, but buried Patty. That was all very neat. Very, very strange things. Oh, Trailer Guy, he was at like the visitor center situation. I can help you with your situation. That's weird. Okay, thank you. Okay. So the whole, like, Patty was talking to him when he went to go and retrieve the pie. Super weird. Again, the epilepsy thing is really weird. Like, let's just say that with Evie and her little seizure, I don't know that that's epilepsy. And again, we've got, oh, I forgot about Papa Garvey. Yeah, so Papa Garvey, he's all sane, which, he's as sane as Kevin is, probably, right? So Papa Garvey has been released from the insane asylum. Oh, I didn't even talk about the adoption either. We'll get to that. So, yeah, he's been released from the insane asylum, and he seems to be fine, and for all intents and purposes, he's fine, but, he says that he just started doing what the voices told him to do, And now everything's gonna be cool, as cool as it is now. Yay. So it's super weird. He's gonna go to Australia. Second time we've heard about Australia this season. And Australia with Lost and everything seems to be, again, geologically anomalous. I'm sure there's something really crazy going on in Australia that we're going to find out about a couple seasons in, maybe. But yeah, so he's seems to be fine, and Kevin is probably thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to do what the voices tell me to. And presumably that's what he does, and that's what leads him to choosing Miracle, right? So, okay, we've got also the adoption, and there was nothing super weird about the adoption per se, except for Kevin, because he's always super weird. The guy, he's just like, hey, we've got another baby that you want to adopt, or that you may want to adopt. You want it? And it's just like, okay, adoption is supposed to be this, like, difficult thing, okay? But it's like a 2-for-1 sale at the adoption agency that day. Like, oh yeah, here, have another baby with this one. It's like, whoa, okay, I only need the one baby. And that was just super weird. I don't know what that's about, but hey, it's the leftovers. So Kevin sees Patty, she tells him some cryptic shit, like she be do, and he tries to ignore her, and she says, motherfucker, I'm real raw, and knocks his head. Shit is not cool. It's just not good, right? It's just not good. So he has this little moment with Jill, and he's trying to like hide everything. And he told Nora, in the episode, she said, is there anything you want to tell me? And he's like, I love you. No, you need to tell her that you're seeing people, like your father has been seeing people. And because I feel like you should really talk to somebody about that, Kevin. Really. But anyway, so of course, we've got Kevin, and he even talks about his sleepwalking and things. And again, and Jill was like, don't fuck this up, Kevin, because you got that look like you might just fuck all this up. At the end, we pick up Earthquake. There he is. He's got a cinder block on his ankle. What the heck? Not cool. But at the same time, did the cinder block like anchor him? Lots of weird stuff. So yeah, he's down there. He gets out of the rope. He goes up to investigate this car for help. Nobody in there, as we saw in the last episode. So yeah, the weird thing about the car is it's like the car's locked, it's turned on, the phones and things are inside. Is it a great departure or isn't it? Who knows? Anyway, so here we go. Kevin sees John and Mike coming to investigate the situation and find Evie. So this motherfucker goes back down into the not water, and he's hiding, and here comes Patty. Oh, and remember, Patty said it's hard to tell if he's part of your story or if you're part of his, which naturally you can't have one without the other. And the Murphys and the Garveys are going to be all up in one another's story. They're going to be like destined to find one another and have this like crazy philosophical, ideological war, question mark. I don't know. It's just super crazy. And that's pretty much the leftovers. Kevin was down there. He was with Patty, and there they are. And what do we know about this episode? Not shit. But it's great. I like that they took us back with the Garveys, and they allowed us to kind of come into Miracle with them after being residents of Miracle and having them move in next door. I really like that. I felt like this really works as, like I said in the beginning, a 2-part season premiere. It works very well that way. Stuff that's really confusing, again, the dogs. And we've got all this stuff from episode 1 that I'm just completely still wondering about. The guy in the tower, the water, the lack of water, the earthquakes, the bird, the everything. The bird in the box, the cricket, the woman who's in the wedding gown, the guy with the goat, the guy in the trailer, who we did see in this episode. The season's gonna be crazy, and I've been kind of little trepidatious about the season. It's just a lot to take in, knowing that the show is now going into uncharted territory, but at the same time, I'm totally down to play. I'm going to stick through the season no matter what happens. I'm not going to give up on it like Heroes because, okay, never mind. But yeah, The Leftovers, I liked the episode. There were a few things that I felt like, okay, you could be explaining more, but it's The Leftovers. Who wants explanations? I would rather sit here with all my questions and the beauty of what they gave me than be worried about what they didn't. So, have faith that everything's going to work out well, right? That's pretty much all for today, you guys. The episode, season 2, episode 2, A Matter of Geography, pretty good. I mean, it's leftovers, right? We're back to being leftovers, and very interested to see where the episodes will take us as we move through the season. So, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Come right back here to the Buffington Post anytime. I've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Faith reviews. I've got my Buffy Season 9 coverage, which I'm currently doing. You can go back and check out Season 8. There's some other stuff. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Don't know much about geography, but I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.